My little brother showed up at my door, pale and shaking, whispering that our parents were planning something worse than I could ever imagine. That was the moment I knew it was war. Thanksgiving dinner. Supposed to be laughter, stories, and the smell of roasted turkey filling the house. Instead, it turned into the moment I realized just how far my parents were willing to push me. It started when my mom, with that tight little smile she gets when she's about to make a scene, slid a shiny pair of keys across the table, straight to my younger brother Ethan. She said it like a toast, like a grand announcement, for our son, the one with a bright future ahead. The chandelier light caught the polished metal, throwing a little sparkle right into my eyes. Ethan froze mid-bite, his fork hovering over a slice of turkey so dry it looked like it might crumble into dust. His face flushed crimson, and honestly, I couldn't even blame him. He didn't ask for this. My sister Claire leaned back with that smug grin she always wears when someone else is getting thrown under the bus. My dad suddenly found the label on his wine bottle the most fascinating thing in the world. And me? I felt every pair of eyes at that table slide toward me. That unspoken comparison, Ethan the golden boy, me the disappointment, hung in the air like smoke. And then my mom went in for the kill. She didn't whisper. She didn't soften it. She just looked at me, right in front of the entire family, and said, "You're not getting a seat at the table this year. Not after you refused to help your brother out." The room went dead silent. You could have heard the cranberry sauce plop back into the bowl. I didn't need her to explain. Months ago, my parents had casually mentioned that since I'd already worked hard, paid off my loans, and bought my own house, I should cover Ethan's $60,000 in student debt. Like it was just expected. Like I'd been saving up for their responsibility. And when I told them no, that I wasn't about to drown myself in someone else's financial mess, my mom froze me out. My dad muttered something about family loyalty. And Claire? She smirked, like it was the best drama she'd ever seen. But this? Public humiliation on Thanksgiving? That was a new level of betrayal. Ethan's face was beet red now, his hands twitching like he wanted to push the keys back across the table. My dad still wouldn't look at me. Claire's arms were folded, smug as ever. My Aunt Linda shifted in her seat. My cousin Sam gave me this quick, pitying look. And my grandfather, he just shook his head, the disappointment etched deep in his wrinkled face. The only person brave enough to speak was my Uncle Mike, who finally set his fork down with a loud clatter and said, "Now hold on. That's not fair. Jack's not responsible for anyone else's debt." For a split second, I almost laughed. Uncle Mike, the guy who could turn a 5-minute fishing story into a 2-hour saga, was the only one willing to call my mom out. But the look she shot him, sharp enough to cut glass, was enough to shut the whole table down again. "Family is supposed to support each other," she snapped, her voice rising. And that was it. My chest felt hot, like my blood was boiling under my skin. My pulse thundered in my ears. I could have shouted. I could have fought back. But instead, I pushed my chair back slowly, the wooden legs scraping across the polished floor. I looked at Ethan, just long enough to give him a small nod, to let him know none of this was on him. Then I stood, walked out of that perfect little dining room, and didn't look back. No words. No slammed door. Just me stepping into the freezing November night, the air burning in my lungs with every angry breath.